no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us, only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody out there. What an incredible audience we have today. Thank you so much for everyone who is willing to stand united with us. And I'm already seeing comments in here. Angelita is in the hospital having surgery at 1 o'clock today. So let's send her lots of prayers and love. Welcome in everyone who's joining in the live. I would love for us to hear in the comments what your prayers are for the planet, what your vision is for the planet in the comments, and where you're from. And welcome into our sovereignty circle. And I love these two women who are with me, Michelle Snelling and Delisa Hawking, because when we feel the energy, we trust in it, and we know that we have to do something, and we actually do it, and here we are.
Thank you for allowing the space. I'm humbled and grateful that the three of us get to come together to co-host and hold space today. And for everybody who's joining us live, and for everyone who's going to see this replay, we're standing at such a fork in the road, a pivotal moment here in this dimension on Earth, that we are up against this amazing, profound transformation. And you two lovely ladies are two of the people that I feel really in alignment with, and how we can help guide people through the light and through this transformation. So thank you.
Yes, and ditto to all of it. I'm just emotional today. That the perfect way for us to start this Sovereignty Circle with Mary Lydia's beautiful video and her incredible music that just sets the tone for light and for, what we're here for today. So I'm grateful.
I'm grateful too. And here's Mary saying she loves us too. And Mary, your music never gets tiring, and that song and that particular video never gets tiring. We need it like every second of every day. If we could have song circles with Mary all day long, our planet would be healed for sure. So thank you, Mary, for letting us use your music all the time.
Yes. Every once in a while, I'll be going about my business and all of a sudden I'll hear her love chant in my head, and it just, takes me to these beautiful spaces, and I'm grateful.
Well, and look at this, you guys. I mean, gorgeous stuff coming in already from all across the globe. Stacy, my prayers are for healing, peace, for humanity, and the healing of our dear Gaia. Shelley shares prayers for acceptance and loving one another's differences from Plano, Texas. Jason, one of our amazing men in our community, that every moment would feel like the moment from the conference this past weekend. So be it. Oh my gosh. Yes. And, just keep those prayers coming. I'll continue to share them. Even during our discussion, I'll share them on the screen so that people can see what your prayers are, because this is about us collectively generating energy to shift the frequency of the planet this afternoon. And speaking of that, so who wants to dive in? I think it's really important that we talk about why we're doing this, and honestly, why we've been doing what we've been doing for the last 2 years, to be quite honest. Like, whoever wants to, whichever of you ladies wants to jump in.
Yeah, I mean, what comes up for me with that question is that we can all come here together, as Shelley said, loving one another's differences. That we're not here to say, you should do this, you should do that, how dare you should do it this way. It's really just embracing everyone where they're at in this moment, without judgment, without ridicule, and holding space, knowing that every single person who is here on earth today belongs here. And that there is magic and love and kindness. And even if we turn on the news and there's something negative that's happening, there's so much going right with the energy that I'm thrilled that we're able to gather here and anchor in that light. And that no matter what happens outside or inside, that we're exactly where we're supposed to be. And that everything is unfolding with great love, great care, and transformation.
Amen. And I would just like to add to that at this point in time, I think it is essential that we remember our likeness and our humanness, and more than looking at our differences, that's what's important. And when we can do that, when we can remember the oneness and the sameness, then we really are sovereign beings in that moment, because we're not seeing, the physical things or whatever that separates us, the ideologies. We're seeing just our energetic connection as spiritual beings. And that's what the Sovereignty Circle is about, is us all being free.
Beautifully said.
It's emotional.
It is. And I'm fired up. I'm not going to lie, you guys. It's Scorpio season. It's my birthday month. And if you're here, good for you, because we've been working really hard, and not just the three of us, we being the collective, we have been working really hard since the virus took hold of the planet to help with the awakening. And I'm kind of exhausted of the deaf ears and the lack of action and the finger pointing that's taking place across all communities and the communities of light as well. And some of us are injected and some of us are not. And it doesn't really matter. And not in our community. And it's really important that we stand together. Like, can we get this message? And that's what we're here for. So I'm being direct because I just want to be direct. It is time for us to unite together, or we will not see the collective results in the future that we wish to see. We will continue to create this divisive energy.
Yeah. And we can't leave it up to somebody else. Like, I think there have been times in the past, myself included, where I have thought that's really not my fight to fight, or, I pray about it, send love and light, whatever, but I haven't been in it. And this is not that time. Like, every single person has to be in this, knowing their sovereignty, believing in their sovereignty, trusting that you will make a huge difference just by doing things like this, just by holding space for compassion and acceptance, coming more to the middle. So thank you for that call to action, Lisa, because it is time to be direct. We can't, we got to get in there and do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's up to each individual to sit with it and then ask themselves, why am I here? And what am I supposed to do about it?
Mm-hmm.
Because if we all, or if a lot of us are passive, we think somebody else will do it. Someone else will go up with the fight. Somebody else will speak out. Then we don't move the needle like we need to. And
Amen.
so I think it's up to each person to go within and say, where is my inner being in the outer world? Maybe not in alignment. What is it that I can do from where I'm at today to help people feel more inclusive and feel that everyone has a space here?
Yeah.
So what am I doing in my own life, with my friendship, my family, and then my own community? What am I doing? Because I wholeheartedly believe if you are alive right now, if you are walking this earth right now, you are here for a purpose. And so if you're not activating that purpose right now, maybe think, journal, meditate, go for a walk outside and ask yourself, why am I here right now? And if you don't know, ask, because they're speaking to you. So listen.
Yes. Yes. And there's 22 people watching right now. I'm seeing the numbers go up and down, and I'd really love to get to that 44, that lovely angel number. So if you know people who want to unite and who are wanting to engage, find them right now, text them, tell them to get on here. Let's get to 44.
Share this link, share the YouTube links on your socials, or, like Lisa said, text it. We want this to be big. We want this to, grow. And, I want to add to what Delisa said, because in the last 2 days as I've really been deepening into today and what I want to, my intention for it, I'm reminded of a show, and I've talked about this before, but the show that I loved, not because I thought the show was so great, but because I was fascinated with it as a social experiment. And it was called The Affair. And each episode was divided into parts that were from different characters' perspectives. And I was so fascinated because I have a sociology degree, so I love it. But because the main male character, the first part would be from his perspective, and it would be that they were in a certain location. He was dressed a certain way. The female character was dressed a certain way. And, whatever, certain dialogue. And then the next section would be the female character's version, and it would be all different. And I loved it because what it really says right there in front of our faces is everybody has their own perspective. And the truth is somewhere in the mix of it all. We can't say his version was perfectly right or her version was wrong or vice versa. It's somewhere in the middle. And we've got to find our way to that space of understanding that we might think that we know, but we can only know for us. That's our sovereignty. So I've been reminded of that a lot. And Delisa reminded me of that. And so, when we can find the gentleness and the compassion to know that we get to make the decision for us and other people get to make the decision for them. And it isn't right or wrong. It's based on our perception, right? Which is, who knows, faulty at best, I would say, right? As far as knowing the facts and figures and all that we think we're all so hip in. Anyway, so.
That shows such a great format. And I love that you brought that in, Michelle. It reminds me of the book, The Four Agreements. Yes. And one of the agreements is not to take anything personally. Now we hear that about if somebody says something and it triggers us and it's a negative response, don't take it personally. But the book also talks about don't take the good personally either, because regardless of what somebody's reaction is to you, it has nothing to do with you and everything about what they have been through and their own perception of life and what you represent in that puzzle to them. So I love that you brought that up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I love that. And I love that book, The Four Agreements. It's small, concise, but is it packed with truth and power, and compassion, really, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, and thank you to Stacy who's sharing. I'm seeing us get up over into the 30s. Let's keep that going. Let's get to that 44. We should have way more than 44 people wanting to unite together for world peace. It sounds so hippie, but it's so true. And yeah, I love what you ladies are bringing up, because we never know where people are coming from or what their life experience is, or what their filters are, or what their beliefs are. And we also don't always get present when we're listening to people, really hearing where they're coming from, or asking those questions to critically think and understand. There's a lot of assumptions that we make. And so this is a reminder to be present with each other, and to hear what folks are saying and what they're really feeling, and to hold space for each other and not to cut people off just because they believe one thing or another. I love what Mary just shared here. She said, based on perception, and we each are here for our own unique experience while living amongst one another. There is not one way or right way to arrive at our destinations. And she goes on to say, compassion, gentleness, and honoring one another is a beautiful way to navigate this life experience. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Yeah, we're not perfect.
No.
I was going to say, we're not perfect. And I love what Mary Lydia Ryan just shared. And it's about getting out of a place of judgment for ourselves, as well as the judgment that we may hold against other people.
Mm-hmm. Well, and look at this. So this is pretty amazing. So I just got a text message from Karen, who is in our community, saying she just saw the number 2022. And then Denise just posted, when I got in my car listening to this show, my GPS said it was 2:22 Central Time. Arriving at 3:33, taking 1 hour and 11 minutes on 11/1. And it's so important because the number 22, that's the number of the Divine Mary complex. So Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, all the Marys, Kuan Yin, there's hundreds of ways you can look at the Mary complex. But so I love all of this. So that's pretty awesome. And then Tracy shares, I was helping a friend this weekend. It was a constant reminder for me to hold space, putting a pin in my triggers to address within myself later, and just be present for her. And yeah, that's the key too, I think, is that shadow work piece of acknowledging what's triggering you, and what those triggers really are. And so for me, my own personal space, is that I have what I think is right for my body with the injection. I also feel every individual has a different experience, and the Sacred Council has said this over and over when they've been asked, is this injection affects each person individually based on their karma and their genetic makeup and all those things. I noticed what was triggering me is really the freedom to choose. And that is what I'm standing for. It's what my family is standing for, is our ability to choose what we feel is right for our body. So, it's not about whatever information about the injections is what it is, and you can take it for what it's worth on either side. But for me, it's just about being able to choose what's right for my body. My dad can eat at Dairy Queen. I cannot. I am highly allergic to dairy. So we have two different experiences. And that's what I always equate it to when it comes to this kind of topic. And we're not just talking about that, but it's a big reason why we came together, is because we want to come together. It doesn't really matter what our choice is. What matters is that we stand together, because the controllers of this planet want us to split apart. They are allowing themselves, and April brought it up this weekend in the Quantum Feminine Conference, because she and I were giggling about it, because I said the controllers didn't have to do anything to enslave us. They allowed us to do it ourselves. That is our choice, to enslave ourselves or not in this divisive, negative energy, or to free yourselves. And Swami Aliyananda said yesterday, which I loved, is that the present moment, and I wrote it down, is the river of freedom. And that gave me chills over my whole body when she said that.
Yeah. And, I think that all of us have been privy to one side or the other, whatever side you're on, there isn't a side. Whatever your personal choice has been during this time, and whether to get the injection or not to get the injection, I think we have all had some input from people about our decision, right? And that was really how this discussion started, was because we were sharing amongst the three of us that, people are unhappy if we haven't gotten the injection, and some other people are unhappy if we have gotten the injection, and like how ridiculous it is. And that you can't really, you can't satisfy people, really. And that's not why you do it. You do it because it's right for you. And Lisa, exactly what you said, decide what's right for you and then do it. And I have given myself permission to make my determination each day. Like, I'm not deciding today what I'm going to do forever. I don't work that way. I just say, today, how do you feel? And then I go with it. And, I'm exactly like you, Lisa. The worst thing anybody can do, or the way to make sure that I don't do something, is to tell me I have to. To take away my choice. I had a boyfriend at one point in college, and I had long curly hair, and I said something about cutting my hair, and he's like, "Oh, you won't cut your hair." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You wouldn't do that." And I'm like, I'm thinking, you're not smart, are you? I came back the next day with like one shaved side. It was like, it was gone, and he's just like, and I'm like, "You told me I couldn't." So there you go, So I don't think any of us like to be told what we can and can't do, what we have to do. We want choice. We're humans. We're spiritual beings. That's part of it. So we have to remember that we do have a choice, even when we don't feel like it. We have a choice, even if it's just to shift our perspective, or to not take it personally, to do the shadow work. That's choice.
Amen.
Yeah.
Gina says, yes, Michelle, once you learn something, you have to be ready to relearn it. Once you find your right in the moment, you have to revisit in the next now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I'd love to hear some questions from the audience. So we're going to do several things today with you guys. So hang with us here. So number one, we are going to do a meditation and take you to the grid to shift frequency on the planet. So we're going to do that soon. So definitely get in a space to do that. I still see the audience numbers growing. We want to hit that 44. So thank you so much for those of you. I see there's a bunch of you sharing. So please do. And I'd love for you to share in the comments, again, just a reminder what your prayers are for the planet, what your intention is for our sovereignty circle. I am going to share these comments. I'm going to share them on Instagram. I'm going to share them on YouTube. I'm going to share them on Ajata Casa. So I want to see those comments, and we have a fun way to participate towards the end. Delisa has a very special channeled message to share today. And we have visions for our planet. So we are packing a lot into this time we have with you. It's been quite a while since I've been live. And so I'm really grateful for Michelle and Delisa to be here with me, for the three of us to be live together. Eve says, I've realized that those who suffer from anxiety need controls and systems. We are experiencing a mass anxiety attack. And yes, we've talked about this before, but we think that structure and control equals certainty, but nothing is ever certain. So what kind of freedom are we willing to sacrifice to feel certain? And when are we going to step into the unknown and accept that we do not know all the answers? And it's okay.
It's actually perfect, right? I mean, to say that we don't know the answers, it's perfect. And, you know, Lisa, what you talked about in the closing yesterday of the beautiful Quantum Feminine conference that you hosted for the 3 days, you talked about generosity and bravery. And to me, like, those are pivotal, like those are foundations for this pivotal time that we're in. We have to be generous with our kindness and our love to ourselves and to all of humanity. And we have to be brave. And brave doesn't mean there's no fear, right? Brave doesn't mean there's lack of fear. Brave means we know the fear, we see it, and it's not going to stop us. We're going to move forward, whatever that means. And so, you know, bravery is, and generosity is really, like, those are just essential right now.
I love the comment about the smiling. And what I would say to that is, it's so easy, right? But how many of us go into a grocery store and walk past people and don't make eye contact, or we don't smile? You know, I would encourage everybody, you know, to just smile, even if they don't look at you, even if they don't smile back, because they'll feel it energetically, and they may feel called to do it the next time they're at the grocery store or wherever they may be. So it all starts with us.
Yeah. I love that, Delisa, because it's so simple. It's something so simple. A smile is just like, you know, and it's transformative.
Yeah. When you direct that warmth to someone, even if they aren't in a space to fully accept it, they're going to feel it.
Yep. And I mean, I'm sure we have all experienced, like, interacting with somebody who's just not having a great day, you can tell. And so they're gruff, or they say something, or they, you know, and when you respond to them with kindness and love, it's like it softens them immediately. It melts it. It just melts that pain and that gruffness and that anger, whatever. And you know, it's powerful. We are powerful people. Do not forget it. We have everything that we need within us. We don't have to look outside like we always are. We've got it all right here. We just need to remember all these powerful tools we have.
So good. All right, so Michelle, you want to ground us in and
I'd
let's
love to.
do some grid work, everyone, and
Okay.
yeah.
All right, everybody. So thank you to all the people who have shared and invited and increased the numbers. I can feel the people joining, and thank you for that. So let's just get comfortable where we're at. Gently close your eyes. Feet on the floor if you can. And let's really feel the solidity of where we're sitting or lying or standing. And let's just begin to breathe nice and gently in through the nose. Let's expand that belly if we can. Then up into the lungs, hold for a few moments, and then release out the mouth. Now, as you're breathing, I want you to connect with your energy, your own energy system, your own energy bank. We all have our own. And just notice, where is your energy going? Where has it gone? Where is it with different situations, different people? Our energy flows out from us into all the spaces where we've interacted throughout our day. And it stays there, stays with the people that we've been communicating with, stays with the situations that have come into our field or that we're thinking about, all the spaces that we're engaged in. So we want to just be mindful of all those areas that our energy has moved to, all those paths of siphoning that our energy is engaged in. Just notice it. When our energy is scattered, it degrades our vitality, our life force, and our light. It dims our light. It's important to bring that energy back in to us, to consolidate it, to fill our personal energy bank. So with each breath, imagine bringing in that energy, noticing all those spaces and places and situations where our energy has siphoned, and pull it in. Bring it back with each breath. With each inhale, it's almost like a vacuum, pulling the energy back in, bringing it to our heart center. Bring it into your heart center, deeply into the heart center. And we're talking the middle. We're not talking your heart. We're talking this middle chest, upper middle chest area, the center of your love and compassion. With each breath, come more into you, into your heart center, where there's only love. We like to put a lot of stuff there, our human selves, regret, sadness, frustration, anger. We like to hold a lot of emotions in this space, hurts, wounds. But today we're letting it go. We're cleaning it up, and we're just deepening into the love that is us, the love that is our birthright. The space where there are no opinions, no beliefs, no judgments, no divisions, no right or wrong. Only now, Only this moment and the love that is born with each of us, that lives within each of us every day. I invite you to place your hands on your heart center, one hand or two. You can put one hand on your heart, one hand on your pelvic area, whatever feels comfortable. You could put one hand on your heart, one hand on your throat, whatever feels best to you. Just allow your hands to find the space where they want to be. And breathe and expand. Continuing to bring your energy into this space to fill your own personal energetic bank and to expand your heart center where you are feeling so deeply the compassion, the caring, the connection, the oneness that is. You don't have to try to create oneness. You just have to be willing to feel into it, to soften into it and know that it is there. You have to believe that it is, not even that it's possible, that it is oneness. One energy. Feel into this oneness and compassion. Feel the expansiveness of it. It is so massive. There is no limit to how much love we can give or how much love we can receive. There is no boundary. And if there is, it's because we have placed it there and we have the power to remove it. So allow yourself to feel that expansiveness as you breathe. Feel that expansion of love and oneness, of compassion. And also notice where you're at and come back to the middle if you've moved to one side or the other. Come back to the middle where you are free of judgment and opinions and beliefs, where you sit squarely in the home of love and peace and oneness. And not only is there no limit to the love that we can give and the love that we can receive, but there is no limit to the light that we can be. No limit to the light that we can shine for the planet, for all of the inhabitants of the planet, and for ourselves. And when we consciously breathe our energy back to this space, and we consciously come to the space of the middle, of neutrality, we are immense light. We grow our light with every breath. We grow the warmth that we can share with ourselves and with our fellow humans, with the planet, with everything that lives and breathes. It's limitless. This love that is our birthright, this light that is our birthright, this warmth that we can share. In this time when we are moving into cooler temperatures, less daylight, don't have to fear not having the warmth of the sun. We just need to go within and connect to the warmth that we are, this boundless light. Take a moment, just breathe. And breathe your energy, all your energy, into this space of you. Feel the warmth of your light, filling you up completely, and so much so that it spills over out of you into all the energy that surrounds you, and it grows with each breath, expanding and expanding. Again, no limits. This beautiful energy of acceptance and compassion. This warmth that is the acceptance of each other, all of us. This warmth that sees beyond the perceptions and the beliefs and the differences to the space where we are, where everything is the place of being. Just one or two more breaths, deeply connecting to this warmth, deeply connecting to the compassion and the love, where there are no boundaries.
We, the Sacred Council of Light, wish to share an activation for instant access to the light matrices across the planet. It is critical at this time that all human beings gain understanding of frequency and the ability to shift frequency as a collective. The light matrices across the planet are accessed via the heart center. Dive deep into the heart center as though you are drowning in a pool of bliss. Allow the rose gold flames to swirl around you in your heart center. Allow your heart to open and expand across all times and spaces in the quantum fields. Breathe in the rose gold flame and activate your third eye center, and open and expand your heart center to reach outside of your own linear vision, to see the planet Earth as it is, surrounded with matrices of light. While each matrice of light have different functions, operate in different frequencies, they are all on purpose. As you dive deep into the heart center, you find yourself looking upon the planet Earth, Lady Gaia, Sophia. She is shining as brightly as a blue sapphire. She is malleable, transformative, and ascending. Notice the matrices of light across the planet. Notice there are blue matrices and white matrices and gold matrices. Connect to the frequency that resonates with your heart center. Blue, the Christ force grid. Gold, the rose gold flame. White, the angelic realms. Plug in to the matrices of light and feel light move through the body, shifting your frequency. Notice the activation within your own heart center and begin to pulse light from your heart center across these grids of light, pulsing energy across time and space, across the collective of the planet. Notice the frequencies heighten, open, expand. Notice the potency coming from the heart center, compassion, love, unconditional love. Notice the power that is contained in a single human being and how it reaches across the time-space continuum. Acknowledge your own power, your own love, and your own bliss. Again, pulse the frequency of light across the matrices of the planet, feeling the collapse and breakaway of the red matrices of the planet, releasing them, releasing control, allowing surrender. Again, pulse light from the heart center across the planet. Observe the angelic realms surrounding you, connecting with each human being across the planet Earth. Notice these angelic beings, these creatures of light surrounding you, holding you. Notice your own angel of light stepping in front of you, holding your hands and placing a gift inside your palms. This gift is your purpose here with humanity, your legacy, your mission, your hope, your love. The angels give you this gift. Notice the gift and show your gratitude to these angelic creatures from the highest realms. And as you place this gift inside your heart center, you come back to your heart center, come back into yourself. Come back into the body. And as you come into the body, you are open to receiving. You are open to love. And your energy is activated.
Hello, I am 𝚜𝚆𝚅𝚗𝚍, fifth generation psychic medium. I'm the CEO of an amazing company called Spirit and Spark. And I am humbled and grateful that I have this opportunity to connect with you. When we came up with the idea to bring people together through this broadcast, I felt the importance of sitting down and opening up to spirit, source energy, and asking, what is it that we need to know right now? And I would like to just take a couple of minutes here to align myself with that source energy and understand what it is that we as human beings are meant to do now. Thank you. Give me just a moment as I get aligned here. You are a rainbow of light. Not just you, not just one color, but all of humanity, all of energy on Mother Earth. You are connected through rainbows of light. You are one piece of that collective colorization. You are not alone. You have never been a solo traveler. That is the illusion of the dimension of the space that you are living in right now. It looks at times that you are alone in solitude. But trust us, you are not. If you could see, if you could flip the switch, and we also will tell you that that veil is thinning and you will be doing more of this, but if you could flip it right now, what you would see around you would completely propel you into a different higher consciousness, a different level of consciousness. If you could see all of the interdimensional beings that are around you, it would change the way that you see your life right now. But that day is coming. Those lights will be turned on, but we are easing you and your fellow energy travelers on human Earth into that energy, into that alignment. And yes, it will be for other human beings, but also the filter will be different for things that are contained within nature and animals. You may be noticing that your animals are more sensitive to energy right now. So Delisa asked us, what is it that you are supposed to be doing right now? And we ask that you stay in your own energy as much as you can, healing yourself, healing your heart, taking accountability for everything that is before you in your life right now, releasing blame from other people, aligning with the energy of being a victor, not a victim. So we'd like you to reflect on that. Where do you still have room to dream bigger, inspire your own life, your own future? Where could you drop comparisons? Comparisons to other people, comparisons to what a version of you could have been. We want it to go back to you. It's easier to actually point your finger at other people, other situations. We want you to point it at you, your heart, your life, because when you heal yourself, you take yourself into a higher frequency, dimension, and light. And by doing so, you encourage the people around you, even without saying anything, to do the same for themselves. By healing yourself, you give other people that are maybe even unaware the opportunity to level up their own lives. So if you truly want to serve humanity or your community or your family, it starts and ends with you. What you choose to do with your energy matters. I trust that that message resonated, was helpful, and it was beautiful. It looked at times as if they were typing it out in front of me. So thank you. Enjoy this message and enjoy the rest of the broadcast. Yeah, that was profound. I'm glad the Sacred Council showed up. Michelle's grounding, message from Spirit. I mean, I feel the magnitude of this broadcast today. I feel that those that found us live, those that are going to find the replay, that this was magnificent. So thank you.
Yeah, I feel it as well, Delisa. I was so just overcome during each of our parts with how profound this is and how like far-reaching is what they kept showing me. Like it's and I just thank everybody. I thank Lisa and Delisa for being here and with me, and for everybody live and in the replay, because this is important stuff we're doing. Not stuff, but you know.
Whew.
I don't know what I'm doing over here. I don't know what the Sacred Council did to my audio. So hopefully it goes back to normal. I was not expecting that. But Michelle, when you took us into the heart, it was like, oh, you've got to leave your body. You got to get out of the way. We have something to say. And so thank you, Michelle, for that. And Delisa, your message is so beautiful. And I love what's being shared. Lily shared, very interesting. You did this today. I channeled a message about working with the earth this morning, and then here this happened. So that's pretty amazing. We have thank you, mesmerizing and beautiful. This was so needed today. Thank you for sharing your gifts and messages, and thank you for all who are on here live and joining at a later time. And powerful. Thank you from Stacy. Thank you guys. And I think what I want to share today is that this past 2 years' time, 2020 and 2021, there were so many of us across the planet that felt called to take action. And I feel very happy and blessed that these two ladies, as well as so many other men and women, have joined me, you know, that we've all come together to do this work. And now is the time for this to expand for everyone. It's time for everyone to come together and to take this split that we've been experiencing and end it, merge it, melt it, bring it together. And there are hundreds of ways to take action. we have a call to action for you today, but I'm really grateful because this is just the little, we've dug our foundation in the last 2 years together, but we have not built the house.
Yep.
Amen.
I want to highlight something from Dsalisa's channel because I think it's so important in this, environment that we're all in with different narratives on all sides and lots of fear and anxiety. Like you said, we're all there's a collective anxiety attack, It's easy to feel hopeless, sad, all these things. And to be in victim, it's a place that, many of us have visited and lived, and it feels sometimes natural to go back there. But I love what your channeled message said, Dalisa. Go from victim to victor, and oftentimes that can feel like a huge leap, or like there's too much space in between being the victim and being the victor. But it really is just about a pivot. All we need to do sometimes is just take a breath, like just pause, right? And we can move from being the victim to the victor. And that is our responsibility. That is how we build the house. That's how we build, the foundation and the house and all of it. So I can't quit thinking about that and how important that is, because, we don't have to do huge things. It's that smile. It's that, all of that just starts the process and expands it. So where can we move from that? I'm going to be journaling about that when we're done, and probably into this week. Like, where can I move from victim to victor? It's essential.
Thank you.
So beautiful. Agreed. So we have so many great comments coming in. Thank you guys so much. And, at the end of every show I've ever done, or Circle on Buddhist Biohacker, we go around and we share, oh, here's our YouTubes and here's this and that. So I want to do that, but I want to do things a little differently. I want to make it really clear that all of us are creating content to give you tools. And I know I'm speaking for myself, but I think I can speak for Michelle and Dalisa to say we get like hundreds of messages, whether it's email or text or social media, of people struggling and having challenges and needing support. And we just can't get to everyone. And it takes all of us. And so the content that we create on our channels and on our Instagrams, we put a lot of thought and energy and time into what we put out to support everyone. And so when we go around here, I'd love, Dalisa and Michelle, for you guys just to share a little snapshot of what kinds of tools and conversations and processes you have available on your channel, and why, that is why it's important to subscribe to you and to be a part of your community rather than just saying where we are. So whoever wants to go first. And I hope people don't drop off. I can see those numbers, so I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, stay with us. Stay with us.
This is the juicy part. You don't want to leave, because we're going to talk about how you can have your part of the sovereignty circle on social media. So that's really important. So don't leave, everyone.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, so I'm a psychic medium and a transformation coach, and I like to blend the two worlds together. So I would say on Spirit and Spark TV, you can expect me to tell you what I think is coming based on the energy, but then what do you do with it? This morning, I did my weekly video and talked about how the energy right now is asking you to go within to understand, what do you value? What are you connected to? Where are your bonds with other people? And getting you to think through where those connections exist, and what are you going to carry forward? So I like to think that me and my company are at the intersection of the psychic insight and clarity, but then what do you do about it? What do you do next with it? So that's what Spirit and Spark TV on YouTube and Instagram and all that jazz tries to bring to people. Yeah. Michelle, what do you got cooking?
I am an intuitive medium and an aromatherapist with my line of intuitively created custom essential oil and salt products. And I believe, just like Delisa said, like the intuitive and all of that is awesome, but we've got to have the practicality along with it. So my show I have on YouTube is called Practicality Plus Magic. And we look at the magical part of this life that we're living, but offer the practical tools, because that's where the change occurs, in the practicality. The magic and all the spirituality is awesome, but if we don't have the physical, the grounded tools to help us to move and the energy and to transform, there's no point. And so I offer one-on-one sessions. They're not so much psychic as far as this is going to happen, that's going to happen. They're more intuitive into where you are, what we can do to get that energy moving and to shift patterns and things. And then the products that are such practical, beautiful tools for helping us give us that little extra magical oomph to enact the changes that we want to make. And I really encourage everybody to go to my website, michellesnelling.com, and get on my email list, because I have a newsletter that I'm doing that I love. And it's got some really great insights and tools in it every single week. Comes out on Monday. And I should add, just because, my people keep telling me to do it, but my whole site is on sale right now. So 22% off. I'm still celebrating my birthday month my birthday month was in October on the 22nd. I love the 22. I'm a 22 baby. And so the whole site is 22% off, including readings. So this is a great time to get some products. If things you love, stock up. And if you don't know, if you've never tried, message me. Go on my website and message me, and I will do a personal recommendation for you. But I extended it into November through the 3rd because I was gone all last week at a funeral. So anyway, so thank you all. Love you all.
Thank you, ladies, so much. And I'm Buddhist Biohacker. So my website is either BuddhistBiohacker.com or LisaMGunshore.com. And of course, my YouTube is Buddhist Biohacker. My Instagram is Buddhist Biohacker. And I've worked as a psychic medium for 15 years, but I also healed my own body through various ailments, parasites and candida and Hashimoto's and so on and so forth. And I've written a book about it called Enlightenment Pie. And so I have a functional Ayurveda clinic, and I offer recipes. I've got a brand new show that's coming out very soon. I'm so excited, called The Frequency of Food, here on YouTube. What I am most proud of on my YouTube is Awaken Grace. It's a docuseries that I'm producing about awakenings. If you have not yet watched an episode of Awaken Grace, you're missing out. And I have hundreds, actually I have thousands of hours of content on my YouTube channel, free content and membership content. I have both. And I can't even tell you, I mean, if you want to feel immersed in light, just watch some episodes of Buddhist Biohacker. I've had the privilege of having so many guests, and Delisa and I had an awesome show together too, called This Morning, and that's on there. And Michelle and I have done shows together too, and I've been on her show, Practicality and Magic. So there's a lot of good stuff on Buddhist Biohacker, and so definitely, join in and become a part of it, because we have all new content. Actually, oh my gosh, and it's 2:22 in Colorado right now, 2:22. And we're staying hard at this 22 the last 10 minutes. So that's pretty awesome. So anyways, so don't forget to follow all three of us. And we have a really special contest. So I was on a call this morning, a quantum coaching call, and the question was, are you clear about your soul purpose? And I was like, of course I'm clear on my soul purpose. One of the things that's part of my soul purpose is I'm a great gatherer of community. I'm a creator of community. And you guys are the community, and your Delisa's community, your Michelle's community, or my community, you're the community of light and light warriors. And so I want to really share this community, and I want you guys to be a part of this. And so what we're going to do, I'm going to put a little slide up with the directions in a minute, but essentially we want to share our vision for the planet. I mean, that's what we want to do. And we want you to share on Instagram your vision of the planet, and you're going to use hashtag vision for the planet, and you're going to tag Delisa at Spirit and Spark on Instagram, Michelle at Michelle Snelling Instagram, and me at Buddhist Biohacker on Instagram, and share your vision for the planet. And what the three of us are going to do is we're going to share your visions on our Instagrams. And I'm also going to share it in the 𝚘𝚘𝚎𝚎 platform, and we're going to put something together for YouTube. I love making movies, so I'm definitely going to do something with that. And I already have a movie out called Vision for the Planet with all sorts of stuff that we'll play here at the close. However, I'd like to make a new one. So if you want to share a video on Instagram, sharing your vision for the planet, if you want to share images, whatever. So let's put this up here on the screen. Maybe. Here we go. We're doing it. Here it is. There it is. Yay. All right. So step one, you're going to create a 15 to 30 second video on Instagram sharing your vision for the planet Earth and the unification of humanity. Second step, you're going to share this video on your Instagram. Third step, you're going to tag at Buddhist Biohacker, at Spirit and Spark, at Michelle Snelling. You're going to use hashtag Vision for the Planet and hashtag Hold the Light. And we are going to put together a video with all of this information. So if you want to participate with this, please come follow us on Instagram, all three of us, and put together your video. And I want to share just a sneak peek of a video that I did. So hold on. Let me stop sharing. And we'll keep this brief because we're over in time. And I know we're going to not go too much over. But this is just a brief snippet. I'm going to show like two so that you guys can see what this is. So hopefully this works, you guys. The lovely Mary Lydia Ryan, by the way.
My name is Cynthia, and I would like to invite you to come on in and have a look at and experience Morphean collective meditations. I prepared two for you, one for beginners, one for more advanced meditators, and I think you'll enjoy those. I'm also going live on November 11th at 10 a.m. Mountain, and I'd love to have you call in and let's talk and get to know about the collective. And I'd also like to tell you a little bit about myself at this moment. So at the age of approximately 3 years old, I started to see and experience entities in my family home, as well as seeing and experiencing deceased family dogs, out-of-body experiences, preteen. So I've always been in touch with my soul and entities from the other side, including deceased loved ones and entities that have not experienced the human experience. So I'd love to talk to you about it and get to know you and help you get to know who you really are as a soul. Also, just want to let you know, I'm a survivor of stage 3 colon cancer, and that has taken me along my journey to this point where I'm sitting here in front of this camera today, just going, okay, look, hey, having a 35% chance to make it, statistically, anyways. I know that I'm here for a much bigger purpose than just my 3D human experience. And so I'd like to share with you who I am as a soul, and I'd like to share with you who you are as a soul, and help you understand who you are as a soul, and get you to enjoy and be introduced to and understand what you're capable of as a soul, and help you elevate into whatever level of experience you're open to, 5D, 6D, 7D, 8D, etc. So let's take that journey. Let's get to know our souls, and let's create together. Hey, see you soon. Thanks. Bye.
Hey everybody, it's Kristen. I'm a youth personal development coach from Noble One in Denver, Colorado. And I'm so excited to share my vision through One Heart, One Earth for what my intentions are for the new world and the new earth. So my mission and my soul is really around the kids and around our youth. What I really hope is that through unity consciousness, we can come together and create a new paradigm shift around education for our kids. And what I mean by that is to stop putting them in a box and trying to teach them all to be the same, but instead embracing their differences and teaching them to understand their feelings and their emotions through social and emotional learning, which will help them tap into their unique path in the world. And that is, being sensitive, highly emotional, intuitive. All of those things need to be embraced in our kids. And then we need to surround them with creativity, music, art, all the things that have been taken away, movement, and really foster the growth of the minds and the bodies and the souls of our kids. Focus on the whole kid. So that's my vision. That's why I started my business. That's why I'm here with One Heart, One Earth. That's why I have a big mural behind me that was painted by kids. So I'm all about the youth. And then beyond that, unity. Noble One, the word one was always about unity and coming together, loving each other and accepting each other for our differences. We don't all need to be the same, but we do need to love and embrace each other for our differences. So I'm here to support, to love, to guide, and so happy to be a part of this. Namaste. Thank you for being noble.
So this is for the One Heart, One Earth summit or event. I don't even know what to call it. But Lisa had asked us to come up with a vision for the planet. And my vision for the planet is not only do we all as human beings live in the highest peace and love and joy and prosperity, but that we recognize that all beings are sentient. I am a body talk access for animals practitioner, and what I've seen in my own personal life over the past 2 months as I've been helping our fellow beings is they've gone from pets to individuals with their own personalities and their own issues, and we need to stop seeing them as accessories to ourselves, but actually individuals in and of their own right. And once we do that, then we're able to break down all the barriers of separation that we have in our world. And I see a world filled with just this understanding of how much more beautiful and powerful we are when we see each other as all part of a collective. We see the individuality and we see how each one of us comes together to create a whole. And that does include the animals. So I hold this vision that we all wake up to our divinity and to theirs. And so it is. It is so. Thank you. Amen.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous. So
there's-
we want a new movie with all of you in it.
Yes. Yes, and you've seen examples. You can get as creative as you want. You can just be yourself. But yeah, it's time for a new movie. That one was 1 year ago, actually, this month. So
This was great. I'm so glad that we could come together and do this, and for everybody who tuned in live or through the replay. It was profound. So thank you for being a part of this today.
yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ďelisa and Michelle. I love you both so much.
Love
And
you
I'm
too.
so grateful to you for being here with me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to everybody out there. We love you. Share the replay, please, with everyone that wants to participate and receive the activation and the messages and all the beautiful things that came from today. So thank you guys so much. Bye.
Love you all. Bye-bye.